alongside Kylie Hilda and Chantel Stowers. Shani, you might take us through the Dragons team in a moment, but Kylie, you've got the Roosters lineup right here.
Good afternoon, Matt. Thank you very much. Yes, in the Roosters lineup this afternoon, we've got Sam Bremner at the fullback. We've got Isabel Kelly moving back from that 5'8" position into the centres, with Jocelyn Kelleher moving into the halves, and Millie Elliott at the number 8, who we're expecting another big match against the Dragons this afternoon.
How do they handle the absence of Jess Surgis, this try-scoring centre? She's out with that knee injury, but for the time being, Shani, the Dragons, look at their lineup.
Good afternoon, and for the Dragons, we have the halves pairing Tyler King and the old Roosters player, Racine McGregor. It'll be good to see how she goes. Flash at the fullback, Tegan Berry, and Battle of the Middles, Angelina Tiakaranga Katoa. Both
the teams off victories last weekend. The Roosters with Isabel Kelly front and centre. They took down the West Tigers in Gosford 20-4. That scoreline perhaps doesn't illustrate just what a tough time the Roosters had on the New South Wales Central Coast last week. The Dragons led out by their Magic Dragon. Too good for Newcastle in Newcastle. What an upset. The Dragons forward play. The referee is Luke Saldern. Your Sunday ticket is underway on Fox League. The Dragons kicking towards the southern end of WIN Stadium, where it's fielded by Taryn Aitken. Janae Lendl making the tackle. Keely Davis. Now Aitken dummies and goes all the way. She's flung backwards at the death. A try saver from the Dragons. Elliott with the crash play.
Wait. Yeah, that's let the Dragons off the hook there, and now they get 7 tackles here to go up the other end, but it's end-to-end footy at the moment. I think both teams are really standing up, and I think it's the team that takes their opportunities going to put the first points on the board.
The Dragons NRLW team won their first 3 games at WIN Stadium. They've lost the last couple, including round 1 this year against the Gold Coast in a close game, 18-10. Racine McGregor with Delenier on the inside. She dummies. The defence buys it. And Racine McGregor is off to the races before being caught by Sammy Bremner. Now Tegan Berry. The cutout ball. Bobby Law. Kimberly Hunt. Great passing. A good pickup. And the try on the end of it. The Dragons going first at WIN Stadium. This will look fantastic on the Harvey Norman replay.
Harvey Norman replay here. Racine McGregor just does the big dummy. Amber Hall not fast enough to take her. And surprisingly, Racine has a little bit of speed. She gets in and around Semi Bremner. Semi finally makes that tackle with Isabel, but then Tegan Berry at dummy half picks up, takes the right option to Bobby Law, who just tips it onto her wing there in Hunt, and they put the first point on the board this afternoon, Johnny.
Yeah, awesome second phase play from that breakthrough off the back of Racine McGregor. Seeing Tegan Berry really take the lead, make good choices, and then play at the line.
With 12 and a half minutes to go, or best part of 13 minutes to go in this first half.
Let me get the other way. All right, when you're ready. Go, no tackles.
And here come the Roosters. Looking for a converted go-ahead try. Amber Hall with the crash play. Impossible to stop like that. They do go in good position, and it's the strength of Amber Hall from close range.
Great setup, and the Sydney Roosters are on the board, Johnny.
Yep, they're on the board now. Congratulations, Amber Hall. That will be your first try on return. She's such a powerful player.
Premiership victories. A couple of titles there with the Broncos before joining the Roosters. Jocelyn Kelleher adds the extras, and the Roosters find the front, Darcy. Tavana Papali'i back from the ACL. Congratulations on your NRLW debut for the Dragons. Number 19, as mentioned, Alice Gregory on a wing in her debut. Aitken. Kelly hits the hole. It's a good tackle from the Dragons. Across in cover, Tyler King. Formerly Tyler Nathan Wong. Married earlier this year. Back from that Olympic gold medal performance in Paris. Straight into the Dragons lineup. Here's Davis, Aitken, Hall, good take. Now Kelleher, numbers, and over untouched Isabel Kelly. The shift to the left works for the Roosters, who extend their lead.
Up here from the girl debuting for the Sydney Roosters in Davison. Quick play of the ball, and then it just goes, they fall into their shape here. Taryn Aiken onto Amber Hall. It gets that pass away to Jocelyn Kelleher, and it's an easy stroll over the try line for Isabel Kelly back out there in the centres. So Amber Hall, very hard. You've got to be up on her when she's catching that footy. If you're going to get up that defensive line, needs to be up nice and quick. But great setup, great playing, great finishing from the Sydney Roosters.
Yeah, there was a...
That is her assignment right now. It holds its line. 2 more points, 12-4. The Sydney Roosters over St George Illawarra. Jocelyn likes it. The Roosters fans love it. And you're back to Tiana Davison making her club debut, Kylie, after a couple of years at Newcastle, and a handy role in a couple of premierships at Newcastle.
Yeah, she has. She's been lucky enough to be with that Newcastle side, and came across this season. I think she might have followed Jasmine Strange when Jasmine was coming back to the Roosters, very close friends. So good signing for the Sydney Roosters, and as Shani spoke about, they were stripped for numbers there. Kimberly Hunt did her best to come shooting out to put some pressure on Amber Hall there, but they still got that pass away.
Isabel Kelly now 15 tries for the Roosters. This kick-off, tricky take in these windy conditions, and it's good work by Jamie Frizzard. Yeah, Isabel Kelly now up to 15 tries. She goes past Jess Surgis and Frizzard, left on 14. They've got some strike, don't they, the Roosters? Even without Jess Surgis. Here's Keely Davis. Momentum building for the Roosters, and half-time will come at a good time for the Dragons, you feel. Bremner through the line. Sammy back home, gets the ball away, and Frizzard goes in. Right on half-time, it's the Roosters fullback, straight through the line, finding her winger, and they strike really, really late.
Harvey Norman replay here, yeah, quick play the ball there. Keely Davis. Sorry, this is the quick play of the ball. Keely jumps up, no markers. Semi jumps in at dummy half. Off to Taryn Aiken, who's smart enough to look at the space. Semi's following back on that inside. Could feel Tegan Berry coming, and Jamie Frizzard just comes back on that inside and over the try line.
Yeah, what a great set by the Roosters. Again, you see them, they're attacking on the right-hand side, seeing what will open up, and then they'll go to the left-hand side if they've got no options. But they had Taryn Aiken attacking the line, they had Semi Bremner and support, and then off the back of the break, Jamie Frizzard, who was always there to finish well.
And despite being a mum of 3 and a very busy lady, she said, yep, I'll play for the Roosters, and why not with form like that. Kelleher trying to go 3 from 3. It's a fantastic kick. What a first half from the Roosters, well made. Since then, 18 straight points to the Roosters, who get us going in the second half, kicking into the teeth of this wind, and it holds up before 4.
Them to compete, and letting that ball bounce is definitely not coming out and competing. So he will have his head in his hands for a moment, and the Dragons should be able to get further into the game.
Huge defensive set here for St George Illawarra. Down by 14 points, inviting the Roosters to attack in the opening couple of minutes of this second half. Pani Hopewadi plays the ball. Davis goes for Amber Hall. 1 try already today. The Dragons are forced to number up. They try to prevent the try unsuccessfully. Amber Hall goes in for number 2.
On top of her, Amber still finds a way to get the footy to the ground. Yep, there she does, places it there, so.
Racine McGregor will kick across the field, looking for Kimberly Hunt, who makes the catch. Hunt then tackled by Wood. Good defence by the Roosters. Wood, along with Kelly, come up with a stop. They set up for Amber Hall again. 7 tackle bust. No, it's Olivia Kernick on the charge. She goes all the way. Tyler King is saying no try, but referee Luke Saldern is the man that matters. So the work from Ella Costa, the desperation from Tyler King as well.
And the ball remains up. This is held up in goal.
And they get her held up at 26-4 with 24 minutes to play. So that will come off the scoreboard. It will be 22-4.
Ray, tackle 2.
Olivia Kernick's having a giggle there. She thought she'd found the grass at some stage, but...
Some open territory. Down the sideline, Berry across in cover. What a fullback try-saving tackle that is. Tegan Berry on Mia Wood. Fantastic footy. Ricky Henry and his team was after yesterday at home after a lean home season last year. Zali Hopkins finding Berry. Berry through the other side now. Tegan Berry goes for the accelerator and is crunched from Jocelyn Kelleher behind. Still onto the right. Casey Ray quickly. Jamalee Bright gets the ball away. Still there. Ray, Kimberly Hunt. And Hunt comes back towards the middle of the ground. The scramble from the Roosters was good. They handled it relatively comfortably. Berry. Now Hopkins. Tackled by Takahanga Katoa. Out of dummy half. Berry has a crack and scores. Tegan goes in again. She scores for a 5th straight game. Only her and Jess Surgis
up and played it, but you'd think she is a front rower here, the way she's just picked this footy up and gone through a front rower in Millie Elliott and scored. Yeah, great positioning from Sammy, knew that was coming. A great take, and now that the Roosters have the foot again. But I just want to also touch on Tegan Berry. She was part of that extended squad I had this year as well, and she's developing so well into an all-round fullback. You know, she's always known for her speed and getting around players and using the speed, but now defensively and her knowledge of the game is just increasing week in and week out. So she's having a great season already.
Here's Jamie Frazard. Got away momentarily. Casey Ray makes a good tackle. They're not done yet, the Roosters. Late in this game, the wide ball. Kelly, 1 try already. Give her a double. Isabel Kelly extends the Roosters' advantage. She gets her 2nd for the day and does what she did last year against the Dragons.
But this is off the back of, we spoke about their outside backs and their back 4 mainly. Their 2 centres and wingers. They're linking up here now with Isabel Kelly onto Jamie Frazard. Makes great yards, quick play the ball, and then they just get the ball to Taryn Aiken, who finds space where Isabel's got herself positioned again out in that left edge and goes basically untouched. But as I spoke about earlier, it's the back 4 there that are just getting the Sydney Roosters on the front foot. They're playing fast footy, quick play the balls, and they take advantage of the back of it.
Yeah, they're also really identifying good times to just spread the ball. You can see that the Dragons here were just before all of their bodies were turned inward and there were numbers outside of them. So taking those moments at the right time, and Isabel, no one's going to stop her when she's in an open space.
She spent 1 season as a Dragon. She's left Jocelyn Kelleher with a tricky conversion attempt here. Strikes it nicely, holds its line, great kick, Jocelyn Kelleher. Now Aiken, there's the grubber, here's Olivia Koenig, didn't get the bounce and she knocked it on. Had she picked it up, Frazard was on the outside, Aiken on the inside. They were away for more points, but they can smile anyway because they are big winners. 20 points, the good, 5 tries to 2. The Sydney Roosters win it 28-8. On the other side of this break, still a whole lot more still to come on your Sunday Kick. It's Greg Alexander, Cooper Cronk and Corey Parker right after this.